club will. I think they've got good owners, and they've got Les Ferdinand at the helm, who's going to put a long-term strategy into place. And I think that the future looks bright for QPR, apart from dropping its status at this stage of the proceedings.
Yeah, to say it's easier to stay in the Premier League than it is to get promoted from the Championship. There's a lot of ramifications about people's futures, people's jobs, people's careers, and that's to be decided by the people powers that be.
It's a chance to rebuild. It's a chance to get the culture right, and a whole change and a whole fresh impetus into a dressing room and into a club that can start again and hopefully build in the right way and challenge again.
It's a small club, but it's a great club, and Premiership football is what it craves, and I think that we'll be trying our best to make sure that Premiership football comes back to Loftus Road.
So Chris Ramsey always says they're going to try their best. Clint Hill talks about a culture change, and this might give QPR fans hope, I don't know, Jermaine, but there are a lot of players who could be on their way this summer.
Well, if you look at that list there's a lot of players in their 30s, and not only in their 30s, a few in their late 30s as well. And I think Clint Hill's right. It needs a complete clean sweep, that club, from, throughout the squad, through their mindset of how the club's run. It just needs revamping. I mean, I look at Southampton, and, they went down a couple of leagues. They went down into League One eventually, but did it slowly, but did it in the right way, rebuilt their whole structure of their club, and that's something that QPR need to look at as well.
When did Wolves went 2 divisions, didn't they?
Wolves went 2.
They look like they could go 2 divisions easily. But I presume Les Ferdinand's been brought in to obviously start to address all those situations, but it take a long time to come back to the Premier League.
Well, and history backs that out. It backs that up when you look at sides that have gone down. Only a couple, QPR being one of them, West Ham the other, who've immediately come back the following season. Of course, Norwich could do it depending on how the playoffs go in the Championship.
So 2 out of 12.
And they might have a £60 million fine to cope with for breaking Football League financial fair play rules as well, depending on how that judgment goes.
Yeah, I mean, it's bleak. It's really, really bleak for QPR fans and for the club as a whole. No one knows what's going to happen with this fine, but if it does come, I mean, their hope would be that the owners would stand by the club and probably soak that up the best they can.
Do they get any points deducted as well as a fine, or is it just the fine?
We think it's just the fine at the moment.
Just as well, isn't it? But the other thing is they'll be able to pay the fine. That's the daft thing about the whole situation.
Do you think fans will be patient? Do you think QPR fans, and you know them, and they had every right to be furious today and how the season's gone in general, do you think they will accept the long-term view that you were talking about?
I do, yeah. I think it's what everyone's craving at that place. They've tried the quick spend. They've tried throw loads of money at it, bring all these experienced players to the table, and we'll just survive in the Premier League, and it's not worked. So they need this new structure now for me, which involves a lot more youth, a lot more hunger in getting QPR, which is a fantastic club, by the way. Just kind of in a more stable position.
They need normality back in that football. It's just been mad.
Okay. Next to Stamford Bridge, where the new champions welcomed Liverpool.